The relationship between hardware and software is incredibly powerful when it comes to error proofing. That especially is amplified when we have quick, easy, and simple integrations to our factory tools. Today we'll be talking about exactly that. How do we connect to those tools that we already have in our facility and integrate them to our workbench and our worker guidance? We've got a variety of tools on our factory floor. The traditional way of managing all these devices usually results in a bunch of integrated, disconnected data systems, whether we're using OPC servers, connected controllers to manage all of those connections. We have this content, and that's going to be ranging from things like barcode scanners to cameras to torque tools we have at all of our stations, or electrical testers, barcode label printers. There's a variety of content here that all has to be a one-off integration that might be connected to a database, but there's not really a great way to tie those to those work instructions as we're building. So to connect all these, we want to make sure that we can support our $30 Amazon camera as much as we can with our AI connected smart cameras for that vision detection. So there's a variety of simple, quick integrations that we can do to manage these, and that's not just limited to image processing and what we think about in traditional AI applications. We want to capture those barcodes or things like a foot switch to advance through or confirm things in the work instructions, because we want to manage that content and integrate with our work instructions for that full traceability. So we're going to walk through an example of how to connect one of these tools via industry standard protocols. So I've got the PICO device library pulled up here. You can see a variety of things like monitors, PLCs, label printers for anything that is an offline device. We have things like our PICO hubs, which we can use as edge devices to bring traditional offline USB things in communication with the server so we can have those work instructions available. But I'll go through an example here of configuring one of our connected tools here. Specifically, we will work on the Culver K-Deucer tool here. So there's some documentation here about how we set this thing up. Are there tools? Are there programs that we want to manage? But the only configuration that we really have required here is a couple things. So we have a way to name our device, enter a serial number for traceability, for serialization and quality calibration records. We can say where this is on the factory floor, but there's really only a couple things that we need to do to manage these types of integrations. We need a controller IP address where it lives on the network. We have an open protocol port which is automatically filled in, and we have a few optionalities for those next level of torque integrations for scanning for new content or tracing and recording that torque data. But that's really it. We've put in a bunch of these industry standard protocols. Specifically, this one is through Open Protocol that we can connect all these torque tools. When I have this information in here, I can add as many of these tools as I need, as many brands as I need, because they all use industry standard protocols that we have already integrated as part of this content. Most of these integrations are no-code plug-and-play that we can have these devices available as part of the content, ranging again from those simple barcode scanners all the way up to our connected electrical testers and torque tools. The best way to manage this, of course, is recording that data directly against our serial numbers and jobs so we can have that full traceability all the way down our production line. As we're talking about integrations, it's important to remember we want to keep this as accessible as possible to everyone. When we have simple things like barcode scanners, offline cameras, those are all available to be integrated very quickly. We want to keep that as a known good solution using industry standard protocols. It shouldn't be standard monoliths that we've accepted for forever. We want to make sure that this is all no code, easy to integrate, and make sure we can move quickly and not have to do the same thing over and over again, repeat work, waste time and money. This is all about efficient solutions so everyone can use these common industry tools that are available to everyone. As you've seen today, connecting to shop floor tools is very easy with pre-made integrations, and we can connect to those tools that you already have at the workbench to connect to those instructions. And tune into our next episode when we talk about how we have full backwards traceability across all of our production builds to track serialized components.